talent. And I know I'm speaking as a prejudiced father, but what the heck? You know, I have a lot of confidence in him. He has a confidence. So just keep him in concentration.
Concentration, Chris. They have a match game, $45,000 difference, almost bowling immortality to the winner. Here we go, $100,000 first place.
And Dick Weber, who has added a lot of luster to the 25th anniversary celebration, going through all the decades, as we get the handshake now from his son, Pete, to an even younger professional named Del Ballard. 23-year-old Del Ballard, the semifinalist, won his match and is now in here looking for his first victory. And opening up by leaving the 7-pin on the left lane. Remember, this is really, they're bowling for $10,000 a frame. $100,000 of the winner, $55,000 for second. I would think the ball might get a little heavier later on. Lots of speed covering the 7-bow. I'm sure he's saying that one's out of the way.
Well, I think you're right, Chris, and I think this first ball from Pete Weber is going to tell a lot. And Pete's only victory from the #1 position in St. Louis last year, he was very aggressive. He really threw the ball hard. He put a lot of power on it. He just went for the power. Let's see what he does here. If he tries to finesse the ball, Pete is usually in trouble. He's a power player. First shot.
Ooh, nods from the crowd. Leaving on the
Sends it out wide. He throws an excellent turn on the ball, but he doesn't quite get the hook he's looking for. The 2-pin falls back. Luckily, it takes out the 5. Quickly for the spare.
You know, in the 8 rounds, it was either Pete Weber or Del Ballard. Only in one situation, the end of the 3rd, Tom Milton was the leader. Other than that, Weber and Ballard were the leaders, and here they are in the championship fight.
Pete Weber, he also likes the synthetic lanes. The record score in the championship round of the top 24, not on television, was set by Pete Weber and Tom Baker on synthetic lanes in Denver. They tied 300 to 300. Peter just about lapped the field for 56 games, had a big lead, but he needs to win this final game.
A Weber strike. He won his last victory in the Japan Cup. In Japan, of course. And you know, Bo, in this National Bowling Week, we're reminded that bowling will become an Olympic exhibition sport with the 1988 Olympic Games in Seoul, Korea. I mentioned a moment ago leaders by rounds, and there you see Tom Milton in the 3rd. Interrupted these 2 finalists here throughout the 56-game competition.
Ballard to even the match.
Ooh.
What incredible carry Del Ballard has. He has that real soft shot, the good wrist action, and he's been carrying every single shot that's been in the 1-3 pocket. Has not had a tap yet. And there's the proud father to the left, the son, nothing much said.
Del Ballard punching, gritting those teeth. Doubling here, taking a 10-pin lead. And Weber is up to tie it.
Power ball against power ball. Ballard hits light, just saws that 5 over into the 4-7 area. Look at that good profile. He likes it. He knows it's there. Don't let anything bad happen to me now, he says.
Last year, Pete was 14th in the United. Ballard was 5th.
Weber to even the match, 3rd frame. Oh, you heard Peter rooting for that ball. He just tore the cover off the ball, as the players say on the tour. He got all the wrist action you can possibly get and still left a solid 10. Eyes riveted on the target, the high backswing. As Pete's quickly up there, he's on the approach, makes the big turn, solid 10. Here's the conversion shot. Boom.
Knowing Dick Weber as we do, and we liken him to 4-year-old team.
I especially to the player my father Dick so much. He's an angle ball, tip grip, tremendous power.
And heat on the left lane.
Pete was trying to do what we call the hold shot. Like an arrow and let the ball slide back in the pocket. Hopefully it carries Ballard. This comes out.
The champion. Don't go away. We'll be back. That's right. Next week, AC Delco Classic, Union City, Archie Long and General Chuck Yeager. Following week, Showboat Invitational in Las Vegas. And for our fourth stop, we go to Torrance, California, the Los Angeles Open, and then to Grand Prairie, Texas for the Garden State Open. Del Ballard on the right lane. Fourth frame, a double. 3 in a row. Twisting the screw. Oh, boy.
Well, we spoke a lot about Dick Weber. We remember as, hey, I know that good-looking man.
Well, you're his hero. That happens to be Johnny Schenkel, our youngest son. He looks tense.
A talented young journalism school at Indiana University. Sports sales, good field. Maybe a father-son duo.
Only the 10-pin on the left lane.
Ballard has only had 2 balls in his game and a half so far in the championship round that have not struck when he hit around the pocket. The 7-pin in the first frame and the 10-pin here in the 5th.
Oh, what is it like sitting on the settee down there, watching your opponent, U.S. Open at stake?
Well, Pete knows he can strike and throw big strings. He has to just hope that Ballard makes a mistake.
Ballard string of 3, ending with the spare in the 5th frame. 21 pins. Now, here's Pete in the 5th with the spare up.
Pete on this right-hand lane in the first frame left the 4-pin around the pocket. Then in the 3rd frame, left the 10-pin. Now watch how he points his right shoulder towards the target. He's a big hook ball player. Usually he has that right shoulder turned outward. Now he has it turned inward to help him cut down the hook.
So, a high hit. 3-6 on the right lane.
What's happening to Pete right now is that he's playing the inside line, trying to play his big turn and no hook. And what he has to do is play the big hook that Ballard's playing. That right now, Pete has to make a major change in his style on this championship pair.
Almost with vengeance, the speed that he put on that shot to cover the 3-6. Earlier, we talked to Pete, asked him what advice his dad gave him this week.
Well, his thoughts on the week were he was just there to keep me calm when I started getting upset. He gave me all the moral support that I've had in a long time, and he left 2 fingernails to chew on for this afternoon.
There's Dad, chewing on his own now.
Pete trailing by 23 pins, a little bit lost in the championship pair. He's taking extra time, 6th frame, spare up.
That's better.
You heard Pete say that's better.